big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't do things. I don't know any other answer than yeah. And I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your tongue. I'm for Bark and bark, it's a vacant. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and bark, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. I'm sorry about that. You thought it through. I don't have to think about it. 'Cause there's those who believe. What about you? When I'm older, do I do anything? I want to keep it that way. Now it's your turn. Could got your time. I'm for bark and a bark is the vacant. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and a bark, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. Something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it. Yeah. It took me 10 years to find the answers something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. I don't have anything that's really important to me. That's why everything is beautiful.
Hey everybody, and welcome to PlayStation Tournament's Fight Nights for Guilty Gear Strive. I am Jadelyn, and I am joined by Roy. How are you doing today, Roy?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited. I got a sneak peek at the bracket a little bit earlier today, and I'm really excited for some of the players we have in here today. It's going to be an absolutely amazing Fight Night, so you guys don't want to miss a single match. There's going to be some really great stuff tonight.
It really is. This is a very exciting set of matches that we have today. We will take a look at the bracket later, but let's get through a couple of things that we need to talk about first before we get to those things. First of all, if you have not seen the new PlayStation Esports YouTube channel, you have got to go check it out. It is so great. There's stuff being uploaded there all the time. As a matter of fact, we are live streaming over there as well for this broadcast right now. Tons of great content being put out, not just for fighting games, but for FIFA, for Apex, all sorts of different stuff. So anything PlayStation Esports, that's the place where you want to go. So go over there. Right below is the link and everything. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's an absolutely incredible YouTube channel. I've already learned quite a bit from some of the other games I'm sort of picking up casually, that sort of thing. So it's been an absolutely fantastic time. But for tonight, though, for Fight Nights, Guilty Gear Strive North America Top 8, let's go ahead and take a look at the format. It's going to be open qualifiers into Top 8, which you're going to be seeing here tonight. It's going to be double elimination all the way through, with best of 3 for the first part, and then once you get to the top 3, it will then be moving to a best of 5 format instead.
Yeah, it helps us keep moving, and then we can feature as many people as we can on stream, which is great. But let's also show what we are fighting for on this Fight Nights. So, 4th place will have $50, 3rd $100, 2nd $150, and 1st place gets $200 for competing in this, which is just it's a great way to get a little bit of money, but also share your love of fighting games and of Guilty Gear.
Yeah, especially considering how easy it is to access these tournaments as well. It's a really fantastic prize. But let's go ahead and take a look at who our players are going to be competing for this amazing prizing. Yeah. And you can see the list right here. We got Razzo and Capuan as our first match. Going to be absolutely incredible, I'm sure. We got 4 Face Buttons and Dragon King. Then we got Column and I Sunk, a very creative name there. And then J.O. versus Umisho. This is an incredibly stacked bracket already.
It is really stacked. A lot of these players have been in multiple Fight Nights, not to mention other PlayStation tournaments as well, and are no stranger to the format. And speaking of which, if you want to get involved in any of these tournaments, not just fighting games, but any of the tournaments that PlayStation has to offer, go to compete.playstation.com, where you can sign up for any of the games that we offer for free, and go check out and compete and test your might in any of those, and then you get the chance to be featured on one of these streams, you know, if we're streaming that sort of thing, which is really cool. It's super easy. I've participated in them. They're very fun, and you can also sign up from your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 console within the game.
Yeah, it's absolutely super easy to get into, and it's really, really great place to sort of have your chance to sort of show how good you are and show how much you've grown. But another really great resource you should definitely check out is actually the PlayStation Discord. We have an amazing community over there where you can sort of sign up to check out updates on esports events, articles, videos, and meet plenty of other players who you might want to practice with or maybe join up for different teams and so on. So go ahead and scan the code, the QR code right there to join the PlayStation Discord. It's just an incredible place to be.
Yeah, and actually something I want to talk about real quick about with that PlayStation Discord that is happening, that has happened within the last week and actually just wrapped up right before we went live, is there are some live streams that are happening within the Discord now. So there was a speed running for Sackboy speedrunners that happened last Saturday. Chai Casey was doing a FIFA broadcast right before this, and you can get in there and you can ask questions and you can feel different things, and this is something that's going to continue to happen within the Discord and only for like that community. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, go ahead and scan that QR code now, because we are just getting started with that Discord.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing place, plenty of great events and plenty of great opportunities for people to check things out, so definitely join that as soon as you can. But until then, we are going to be looking at our first match in just a little moment here, and I'm already extremely excited given who it is stepping up to the plate here.
Oh, yes. I mean, I love Razzo. Razzo's amazing. She is a fantastic person. She and I go way back to the BB Tag days. But this is Razzo, 22 years old, in Chicago, has the Leo on the card. I know has like one or two other pocket characters, but primarily known for her Leo, has been a really dominant character throughout this tournament, or this game's lifespan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an incredible sort of display of how good Leo is across multiple tournaments and matches. And I believe she's going to be facing Capuan as well. And Capuan is another really fantastic player. 37 years old, name is Aaron from Oakland. Social still Capuan as well. But we got an Anji. Now, we were talking about how dominant Leo is. I think if there's another character who has a reputation perhaps in the opposite direction, it's our good fanboy Anji.
I did not know where you were going with that. I was like, and then you finished the sentence, and I was like, yeah. That's it. That Anji is a character of all time. Yeah. He really is. I mean, he has not gotten the love that I think he deserves in this game. But there are some players who are particularly skilled with Anji, especially if you're able to mix up with your Fujins and then your follow-ups afterwards. There's some really great things that you can do. I'm interested to see what Capuan can do, especially into a player like Razzo, who's pretty much seen all that Anji has to give.
Yeah, I think Anji is such a specialist character, especially in a game like this, so it really has to come down to trying to mix up a player like Razzo and having to sort of make her question all the different options that Anji has. The only problem would be is Razzo's pretty great at reactions and pretty great in general for most of her gameplay, so this might be a difficult match to say the least.
Yeah, I'm really curious how this is going to go down. I don't know. I'm apprehensive, but I'm excited. I love that color.
That color's so perfect. That is
goodness.
easily one of the best ones. Oh my god.
Oh, the new color packs are so beautiful. I keep forgetting to buy them, and I need to do it immediately.
Absolutely. We see great demonstrations like this Anji color palette. I have to agree. All right, let's see how it goes. First round, first game. Let's see how Anji handles the Leo.
And reminder, these are best of 3 first to 2, so these are going to fly, and there's already our first huge counter hit.
Yeah, getting the burst out really early here. Trying to find a sort of spacing here. Oh, gets counter hit again. Flash kick. Nice, gets the continuation right into the wall, and this should be a nice and easy wall break transition here.
With the area shift, going to go to the other corner. Tension is positive. Just everything is turning up Razzo right now. I did like the change in the air trajectory there from Capuan, just try and confuse where he was going to land, but didn't really happen. The overhead was nice, though. And then the follow-up, good. Get a little bit of the butterfly Oki as well, but that was about it. Oh, no. PRC didn't hit, though.
Yeah, it managed to escape just briefly, managed to scramble, catches it. Nice throw, chases down the backdash there, it looked like. Oh, but no, the flash kick. That should be really, That's going to be it, unfortunately. I really liked Capuan coming to life there after the stage transition. I think that was some really solid play.
I do too. It was nice to see there was a lot of mix to the gameplay. Oh my goodness, that was tricky. So Capuan saw that Razzo was gearing up for that dust and just went and grabbed him right out of it because the startup animation is pretty significant if you're charging it. Smart stuff from Capuan.
Yeah, really heads up play right there. And again, we're seeing actually taking the lead here. Oh, but gets flash kicked. Here we go. Could be a situation here. Nice. Gets the burst out as well. And resetting back to neutral. Razzo playing a little patiently here, trying to make sure she has enough space across. Nice parry!
Wow, such a good parry.
Oh, and another counter parry! Answering back immediately. Capuan getting this Anji super parry, very rarely seen, but gets a good start there.
And I wish it did more damage.
Yeah, especially for such a strong call out. Nice, great RC option, getting right to the corner. Absolutely optimal, completely perfect choice there. Milking every single point of damage. And the first game will go to Razzo.
Razzo's doing such a good job capitalizing on any of the gaps that Capuan puts in. But Capuan, I love their gameplay. I really hope that we get to see more of them. You know, maybe they're going to take this game. I don't know, but their gameplay is so tricky.
Yeah, and I think Anji players really have to live and die by that sort of like creative and tricky gameplay. And it's going to have to come down to whether or not Razzo can adapt slower than Capuan can throw out more tricks. So we'll see how this goes here. But unfortunately, getting tossed into the blender with no burst and no strong reversal option, that is going to be all. And that is another round perfect for Razzo.
Razzo is just such a dominant player. And once they find a handhold, kind of like that, like just take Anji and throw for throw, but good, they just run away with it. Razzo's so scary when they're confident.
Yeah, I think especially as a character like Anji, when your opponent starts reading you, starts calling out your options, it can feel really suffocating really quickly. This is all pretty burst safe too. They're got only last hit there. Still getting a lot of damage out of that though. And still one more touch will be all it takes basically here. PRC, yep, very clean. Extremely clean play by Razzo. Every single interaction there was pretty optimized. And you can tell, especially I think in this game, Razzo really caught onto the mix-ups and started calling them out, jabbing out the punch follow-up from Fujin, throwing the spin of Anji. It felt like Razzo adapted almost immediately from that relatively closer game one.
I would have to agree. The adaptation was quick, it was immediate, and I think what Razzo really found in that game is that what Capuan was struggling with was oppression. So the more oppressive, the more aggressive that Razzo could be, the less that Capuan was really able to do because they didn't have time to think. They didn't have time to put together, well, I'm going to Fujin overhead, I'm going to Fujin low, I'm going to Fujin PRC dash can, you know, whatever. They just didn't have the opportunity to put all of that together because Razzo didn't allow that opportunity. I mean, really smart on Razzo's part, but oy.
Yeah, well, it's just tough when you're getting a Leo blendered and you have no burst and you're Anji. Your choices are pretty rough at that point. But we're going to be moving on to the next match in just a moment here. It's going to be Four Face Buttons, I believe, is our first player. David, 34 years old, from Florida. Socials are both Four Face Buttons. And it's a May player. I feel like I haven't seen too many May players recently, actually.
No, May in season 1 was sort of more regular, but then has seen a bit more of a resurgence, especially after EVO 2022, where Slash just making a name for themselves with that May, and has continued to do so with that character. But they are going to be going up against Dragon King, who we have seen before is a Nago player and has a really fun Nago. Now, socials, no socials available, but the stream is Dragon King 1988 if you want to go check that out. A lot of these players will often stream their runs. So, and you know what? You just want to support the players anyway because it's a nice thing to do. So go ahead and you can follow them if you so choose. But the matchup on paper, it does not favor May.
It's one of those situations where May has a lot of really great frame traps and has a lot of great options when she gets up close. It just feels like, especially depending on the Nagoriyuki, I think that's a really crucial element here, is that Nagoriyuki typically falls into two very different camps of how you're going to play Nago. You have the more neutral focused, more of a patient style that really manages their blood gauge and really stays back and pokes with their gigantic normals. And then you have the Hail Mary, I'm flying in, I'm popping blood, and I'm going to one-shot you, aggressive Nagoriyukis. And I think for May, you almost want the more up and close and personal one comparatively to a more patient one that can counter poke you so like dominantly.
In contrast to that, maybe if you are the kind of patient pokey one, Mei never gets in. And because her range is so short, I mean, it really could go both ways. Yeah, it does depend on how each player pilots the character, but Nago has some significant advantages. So let's see at round start what happens. Interesting, went for a short button and then just immediate Totsugeki out of 4-face buttons and puts him in the corner.
Nice, great stuff here, but already a decent combo coming out, carrying across the screen. 4-face, getting pushed into the corner, trying to fight back out with the Totsugekis. Nice fighting back to mid-screen here. Seems pretty patient overall. Gets a start, and he takes the burst first. That's fantastic.
It is, and then gets a burst back in return, though. And then the air throw with the RC in the air puts him into the corner. Nice wall combo and the area shift for the extra damage. Good stuff from 4-face buttons.
Yeah, that shows a lot of awareness. A lot of people neglect their air throw conversions, and getting a area transition off of that as well is absolutely fantastic. An easy finish should be here as well. Brings out the dolphin and the whale, and there you go.
That was nicely done. 4-face buttons was looking like they were struggling a little bit in the beginning, but very much found their footing and seems to be able to bully Dragon King. And nice blocking, too, sort of forcing Dragon King to work on that blood, putting them in a place where it's a little bit uncomfortable that they have to manage the meter.
Yeah, exactly. You're seeing him play a lot more defensively here. Oh, there you go. Dragon King got the air throw this time. Puts 4-face into the corner. No burst. This is so dangerous. Any one of these could be command throw as well. Beyblade goes in, and that's going to be a counter hit. Wow, a perfect round this time.
I like the idea of the neutral jump in that corner from 4-face buttons, but Dragon King was ready and punished it. It was a really smart response to something that could have been devastating.
Absolutely. Now, this time getting the pressure onto themselves, but Dragon King closes the distance, but gets a command throw this time instead. Here we go.
Wow. Gets the wall. Don't wait that long. That stresses me out.
It's like, just fight just enough, yeah.
Oh, nice side switch, and then we yeet back into the other corner, and Asagawa. Oh, did this hit, or is it time for the block? Oh, it did connect.
Wow. I thought for sure that was a bait, but managed to get the hit there. Here we go. Back to neutral. Nice throw tech. Really fantastic.
Great anticipation on both players' parts. The overhead, too, and then Dolphin.
Yeah, wow. Really fantastic play by 4-face buttons, actually. We're talking about this as being difficult, but making it look pretty solid, honestly.
That second round in that game, though, looked really dicey. Dragon King found some great buttons, good spacing, was able to keep 4-face buttons out, and then keep them guessing. And then when they did get into the corner, it was great. That was a lot of Totsugekis. It is summer. I hope you have your tickets to the Dolphin Show.
Burst
because we're going to see all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Whale right.
Oh, smart cookie.
Wow, what an interesting combo. That was really cool, actually. Really fantastic. Oh, wait, is that actually going to be it? No, just last hit here, but that's going to be the throw. Yep. Wow. Extremely fast adaptations by 4-face. Getting an insanely good first round here. Looking pretty dominant going into round 2.
I like that. I like the way that 4-face is challenging the spacing. I like the way that they're getting in there, and then gets a gold burst. This could be huge. I like the way that they're using that anchor for the stagger too. It's such good on point and heads up, to use a word that you did, gameplay. Heads up awareness.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Gets the area transition now. Positive bonus going in their favor. Gets the throw as well. Wow, this is looking absolutely incredible. Burst is just out of reach. This could be it, actually. This thing does so much damage. No, Nago has infinite health.
Even with the area shift, it did not have enough damage. BRC, and then what an air throw! Okay, so the BRC was from Dragon King. Dragon King went to challenge in the air, and then 4-face buttons just said, yeet. And that was the end of that.
Yeah, really fantastic.
As quickly as it began, 4-face buttons is going to be moving on to face Razzo.
Wow, that was an absolutely incredible match, honestly. Like we were talking about it a bit earlier, but it felt like Dragon King was much more on the patient end of things, and I felt that 4-face managed to constantly stay on top, constantly get in, and then a lot of the combo optimizations really were really crucial as well, making sure to always get the area transition, getting the positive bonus running constantly. It was really solid play for 4-face across the board.
I agree. I like that you called out earlier about that patience and everything like that, because that was exactly what happened. And so here's our updated bracket. As you can see right now, 2-0-2-0. Razzo is going to go on to face 4-face, and that is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to just be This is going to be a slugfest. But first, we're going to continue down on the upper side of that bracket with Column versus iSunk. All I could think of was Battleship when I saw their name.
Yeah. And you know what? It might be getting sunk indeed is because we have the Happy Chaos, Jason, 22 from Denver, Koyam on socials, and Column on stream. Obviously, Happy Chaos, a very dominant character, as we've seen across much of Strive's lifespan. And Column has been putting up pretty good results across the Fight Nights as well, doing really well in other matches as well, usually only sort of fighting out against some of the other top players. So I'm really excited to see this because this is a new opponent, I think, for them.
Right, and this person, iSunk, is actually a new person, a new face for me. So Joshua, 16 entire years old, from Alabama. iSunk on socials with that underscore playing. Bedman?
Yeah, it's possibly Bedman, the Bedman we saw here often. And I'm really interested in this in particular because 16 years of age and playing, I think, pretty fairly, a pretty complex character. I'm really, really excited to see how this sort of comes into play, because I feel like a lot of the Bedmans I know currently are Bedmans with legacy knowledge, players who are coming in from X or the previous game in the series. But 16 years of age, I doubt they were playing. I mean, if they were, I'm even more impressed then. But we'll have to see what comes out of this match then.
I am really, really looking forward to it. There's a lot of niche things that we get to talk about with Bedman, particularly with his automatic setups. Some of his moves, or some of the Bed's moves. By the way, that's Delilah. Delilah will just stay on screen. She just hangs out. Bedman, ? Is just the Bed. So we're going to see some automatic setups from special moves that will have particular interactions. You can start those special moves and those automatic setups early. You can delay them. You can put them whenever you want. There's a lot of hard knockdowns that the Bedman's going to want to go for in order to get these setups appropriately. Against a Happy Chaos, this is going to be a lot of work, I think, unless you just don't have the matchup knowledge or you're a crazy pants.
Yeah, it looks like a really solid start right off the bat here, but does get cursed. Initial burst, really smart, keeping Happy Chaos pinned to this corner. Don't give him the space he needs to set up, and there you go. Already keeping him pinned, but oh no, Calm gets the start. We've seen Calm have these fantastic coast-to-coast combos, but actually drops one here, unfortunately, but picks it up again right after, gets the concentration. Deus Ex Machina, full bullets, full concentration, and going to be a hard knockdown here.
Yeah. That's a shame, because iSunk had such a great opener, put on a heck of a lot of damage onto Column. But then, you know, once Column got to play the game, that was the end of that. We're going to get the full corner carry once again. Drops it, though. Actually, there was a link in there that did not work. Had time for the wall slump to reload and has full bullets and concentration, but iSunk is now out of the corner. A counter, though, and a pretty errant burst that could have been punished a lot more than it was.
Yeah, I think Colin was in the middle of casting Curse and didn't expect the burst to come out, and then unfortunately just didn't get too much of a punish off of it. But here we go. iSunk does take the chase transition. Huge life lead, but burst on deck for Colin. Oh, managed to get sniped out of the air there by Sunk, and that's going to tie it up.
That was excellently done. The scary thing is that Sunk does not have their burst, and so they have to hold all of this and just sort of wait for what's going to happen. That was a really great counter with the low. Gets a hard knockdown there as well. And then all of these automatic special setups are so huge. They're doing a great job. In the projectile game, you're going to challenge a character that doesn't have traditional projectiles. You are a brave soul.
Yeah, this is a difficult time indeed. You're seeing it sort of pay off right here for Colin as he gets into the corner. Gets Deus Ex. This is going to be a hard knockdown, full bullets. You can see concentrations on deck as well. This is going to be a little difficult to say the least. Yep. And that's going to be it. Honestly, really solid stuff by Sunk, but Colin really sort of clutched it out and just sort of Happy Chaos bullet shenanigans him to death.
I love what Sunk is bringing to the table. I think that depending on wherever they end up in the bracket, they're going to be a menace. This is such a knowledge check.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw Colin there actually got a really great first bait as well. So iSunk to be holding all of this, as well as a hard knockdown and going into the stage transition. It's often joked that Happy Chaos with positive bonus is one of the best characters in Guilty Gear history, and it's going to be hard to sort of surmount this. But here we go. iSunk actually putting a lot of offense, pushing into the corner, but that is going to be it with no burst on deck. It's going to be it.
Fast round. But again, Sunk, I don't want to downplay what they're doing, even though they're losing. It's just that what they're doing, the setups are really clean, and I like how this is going for them. and the knowledge of how to operate the character is pretty high.
Yeah, I'm honestly really impressed with that, to say the least. But it looks like Column here. Oh my goodness, side swapping coast to coast combo. Is that what you're gonna show us right now? No way, you get the wall. Oh, I was gonna lose my mind, but get the stage transition too.
I was gonna say, I thought that dropped almost. Happy Chaos's animations, it always looks like it drops right at the end of Deus Ex Machina.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, that burst. I get the idea. I like the idea. It was not the right idea.
Yeah, Happy Chaos has really deceptive burst timings for you because, again, his zoning and projectiles are very non-standard. So when you feel like, oh, now's my time to burst, I got hit by a big hit, you sometimes just unfortunately have to hold it or try to time your burst so he misses a steady aim shot. Instead, unfortunately, getting shot there, and that's going to be the end of that round.
It is really difficult. I mentioned it briefly. I feel like a lot of people know this now that Happy Chaos has been out for quite some time, but those bullets are not traditional projectiles. They can't be projectile countered in the way that, say, Kai's projectiles or Ino's projectiles or things like that can be countered. So they are instant in that they just hit you. So yes, there were some really good ideas coming out from I Sunk, but it didn't come to fruition. But the next player cards are already ready. We are flying through this bracket. So we have Jo, who I know is in the chat, and everybody was so excited to see them, bringing out that Biken from New York, 28 years old. Socials and stream can be found right there.
Yeah, and Jo's going to be facing one hell of an opponent with Umisho. She's an incredible player, going to be bringing in the Soul, Claire, 21 of age, and from Vermont. And of course, you probably know them plenty by now, but their social and stream are still going to be Umisho as well. I almost said the nickname Umisol as well. I'm so used to saying it. Of course, Umisho's incredible Soul has been doing really well across PlayStation tournaments, fight nights. We've been seeing her put up some really solid results constantly, so I'm really excited to see more Soul gameplay from her.
I am too. I mean, of course, Umisho putting her name on the map with Happy Chaos, taking EVO 2022 last year with the character. But her Soul is no joke and has done really spectacularly with the entire time. I'm always excited to see a Biken. I would say I'm still a Biken player. I'm trying to learn Asuka, which is a lot of buttons. There's a lot of things going on right now. But Biken is such a cool character. And into Soul, I think, can behave and perform really well. Also, those colors, the color game today is A+.
Yeah, that new pack is absolutely fantastic. But already Umisho is putting on a lot of pressure, already pushing to the corner, but Jo is fighting back. The burst comes out immediately to maintain the pressure, and it looks like we got pressure right into the corner once more here. Sort of feeling each other out.
Ooh, nicely done. Yeah, the throw as well. Corner again, wild throw. Doesn't quite do enough damage. I thought it would, actually.
Yeah, I thought
wild
for
throw does
certain.
so much.
Yeah, that was like a pixel health right there. Biken's health coming in clutch, but unfortunately wrapping it up right after.
Okay, and then following it up immediately. This is the thing about Umisho, is that they are so methodical and calculated. It's almost surgical the way that she plays. And the low coming in as well, using that guard break and the staggering, forcing that burst out from Jo. But Tatami Gaishi, instantaneous and a really nice, the end drop. The timing is really tight on that with the 2S.
Yeah, but he manages to get the wall break all the same, though, and looking pretty strong going into this right here. Oh, BRC.
Oh,
oh, one health and a dream.
One health and a dream. Oh, yeah, just 5B. Also, shout outs to Storyteller, which is the song in the background. It is such a good song.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
That's my song that I choose and kill.
Let's go. And things are going pretty solid here. Oh, Viper managed to snag a hit there, getting right into the corner. Umi doing some solid damage here. Not enough to break the wall yet.
Ooh! What a parry! Nicely done. You have to do that so quickly, or else you have 32 frames of recovery to mourn your choices.
And I really love that conversion there, too. Really fantastic conversion to really get the stage transition as well and get the positive bonus for the meter. Tatami actually beats out Bandit there. Another parry!
Again, such a good call out. Yeah, forcing the burst. Umisho has 100% tension, could be really good here. Yeah, uses 50% there. Wall break, no, gets the burst from Jo. And the challenge, how did you cross the screen that fast? YRC to reset, wild throw was not enough, but we slid in. Whew, Ooh, that was tense.
Wow, that was a lot closer than I thought it would actually be, and that was some absolutely fantastic work. I don't know what was more impressive, that instant reaction to fly across the screen like that, or Umi's ability to somehow be ready to block that. I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't either. The awareness on both players' sides was really spectacular. I love the ideas that Jo has with Baiken. I'm really sad that 1-2S Link didn't connect because it could have been such a big amount of damage. But I also really like the way that Umisho is mixing up the grabs and the command grabs, using those guard crushes and the staggers. They're both playing so smart.
Yeah, and you sort of touched on it right there, but getting a lot of mix-ups and switching up your offense is really important against Baiken, because we saw there, Baiken has some really strong parries that can do a lot of damage to you if you're not ready. Oh, wow. Fantastic heads-up play there. Still chained together. Get the Baiken Twitter combos here.
Yeah, what's funny, it's like Baiken throws that out and he's like, haha, you're chained to me. And Umisho's like, nah, you're chained to me.
Yeah,
and that's what it was, is that Baiken kept yo-yoing and sort of ricocheting back into Umisho's grasp.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of an unfortunate part. It's a really high-risk maneuver. If you don't know you're going to get the follow-ups right afterwards, it can be really dangerous, especially against a character like Sol, who has such explosive combos that can really make use of Baiken's tether going back.
All right, just a lot of back and forth. The overhead does hit with a 2K2D follow-up afterwards, and then just 2D coming out of Jo. But then a really nice RC coming out from Umisho to carry Jo into the corner. I want to see those parries again. Where'd the parries go, Jo?
Yeah,
Bring them back.
I think they're noticing that Umi is switching up the timing of certain actions, and they don't want to throw it out or else get a huge punish, because again, the recovery on the parry is massive. Air throw, huge option here. It's Tatami as a wake-up option here. Putting to the corner. There it was!
The parry. There it is.
It's
I love
crazy. JO's success rate on the parries, especially against a player of Umi's caliber, is really impressive. I really respect it a lot.
I do too. I'm glad that they brought it back out, because that was a really great way to close out the round. Burst comes out, so not going to have that for a little bit.
It does have the corner here, which is really fantastic. Should be an easy straight stage transition here. Matt falls over, pushing Sol into the next side.
I love that, because it was Tatami breaks the wall, Tatami keeps you going.
Yeah.
Ooh, big RC here from Umisho. Gonna be able to get the wall bounce too. Oh my heavens to Betsy. This is gonna close out for Jo. Our first 1-1.
Wow. Absolutely fantastic. It's crazy how much these parries are coming in clutch consistently too. Like we're at like what, I think 5 hits, 1 miss. Like it's pretty fantastic by Jo so far.
I really like that I like the way that they're using the parry sparingly, because if you use it a ton, because the recovery period is so huge, you can get called out for it a lot. And then you start, being a little bit less predictable as the opponent. But because Jo is using it like sprinkles almost, they're using it like little candies here and there, and they're making it exciting. Umisho can't really anticipate where that's going to happen and has been eating them.
Yeah, and then that sort of plays into the second part of the game plan, right? Because then you might be incentivized to not attack Baiken when they could parry, and that gives Baiken a lot more openings than they would normally have as well. So we'll see if Umi manages to make some different choices there, and makes perhaps shift up the game plan so that Jo can't really throw the parries out as easily. But we'll have to sort of see how it develops here in this next match.
I don't know. So when we are waiting to see what's going to happen, I'm always thinking, especially on somebody who I know has other characters, are you going to switch characters? Are you going to do something else? I would love, in my wildest dreams, I would just love to see somebody pull out some ridiculous character. Who was it the last time we were on? It was
The Sin, wasn't it?
And it was Bean, because
Yeah.
Bean, who has played Chip forever and ever amen, brought out that Leo, and both you and I were totally flabbergasted, because I don't think either of us had ever seen him play that. I did talk to some other Guilty Gear players the next day, and they're like, yeah, he's been practicing that. I was like, really great news to me.
Yeah, it was really, really solid there too. And so the real question here is, what would the swap be? I mean, obviously, Happy Chaos, he can't really parry the bullets, so that's definitely one hypothetical answer if Umi wants to swap over to Happy Chaos instead. But I feel like Umisho will probably stick on the Sol, but we'll have to see for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious. I really am. I mean, obviously, Jo has to stay as Baiken because they won the round. They won the game, so you have to. That's how the rules work. But I don't know. There are a lot of advantages to both characters, and again, I don't think that Umi is playing poorly. I don't think it's going poorly. It's just unfortunate that, you know, they kind of got red on that last one, especially the air throw was really nice from Jo. I like that a lot. The setups were good. There were just some really nice things, like just the single 2D to challenge the space. Really nice stuff.
Yeah, Jo just playing really solid play here across the board, I'd say. And I think that the parries are what is like sort of the mystery ingredient that's really making this really work, because it means that Umi's getting punished for pushing offense at Soul, which is something you want to always be doing with Soul, right? Those +2 buttons, those constant pressure that you can normally put on most opponents. Well, now there's an opponent who can dramatically challenge you and make you just a slight hesitation whenever you go for that offense. And that's sometimes all it takes to sort of seize momentum.
Yeah, so no character changes, which, you know, honestly, I like. But let's see if the mentality has shifted. And now we're getting that much more aggressive Umisho that really we know her for, and was able to start with a pretty significant life advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're seeing Jo get pushed into the corner here. And this is what's so dangerous that we sort of mentioned earlier with Razzo even, is that when a player is really seasoned or has a lot of like tournament experience and player experience, sometimes they just need a game or two to sort of analyze how you play. And then once they have that, it's a lock.
I would say that that's a lock. A perfect is a lock.
Yeah, exactly. So Umi's doing some fantastic adjustments here right away. And Jo now has to sort of readapt and sort of see what they can do with only one round life on them right now.
Ooh, I'm surprised that wasn't challenged from Jo as much as it was that one move from Umisho. But Umisho now getting her hands back into this. BRC is challenged. What a counter, though, afterwards has to burst. Otherwise, we're going to eat a whole lot of area shift damage.
Yeah, and Umi's using her burst there to keep Jo pinned to the wall. With no burst of his own and high risk gauge, this could be very dangerous. Nice, gets the dash cancel. Easy cancel here into the wall. Should be a really solid stage transition, and that should be it. Oh, no!
No, it was out of range. This gives Jo another chance at life, almost. Jeesh. So the hitbox for that was slightly too low to hit Jo through. And because it was a charge dust, which has a long startup time, that gave Jo time to get off of the wall. That's why that ended up happening.
Yeah, and the thing was, I think if Umi did connect, if Baiken was like an inch or two down, like a pixel or two down, that was perfect. That was like an absolutely perfect combo. But sometimes the wall and how the positioning of the air sometimes just messes you up, and especially in a game like Guilty Gear where there's so many variants to your combo and so much adjustment you have to make mid-attack, I don't blame a slight miscalculation from that.
No, definitely not. But honestly, great play from both players. So let's take a look at the bracket as it stands right now, since we are filling out the lower half of that as well. And we have a lower bracket update too. So Capuan taking out Dragon King. So Capuan on that Anji, Dragon King on the Nago. And so thank you so much for being here. But Capuan is going to be moving on in that. Great to see that the Anji will still be in this bracket.
Yeah, we saw some great stuff from Capuan earlier, so I'm really, really excited to hopefully that they make it all the way through. But our next match will be, of course, Razzo and Four Face Buttons. That'll be a really, really great match as well, because these two have already shown a lot of really great gameplay already. Obviously, you don't need to be told how fantastic Razzo is at the game, but Four Face had some really solid play across the Nago match, so I kind of want to see them handle Leo, another very dominant tournament character.
So the thing that impresses me the most about Four Face Buttons' gameplay is that they are so aggressive. And once they start to Totsugeki, it does not Totsugeko. Like, that's it. You're just done, and you're stuck there. So, not just Leo, but Razzo's Leo, I think has the ability to perform, but they may be thrown the first round or two.
Absolutely. I think it's another crucial element here, too, is that Leo does have a meterless reversal that can sort of stem the bleeding from an aggressive Mei, comparatively to only metered reversals with Nago. So let's see what comes into play here. There is the aggression, right? Like you said, 3 Totsugekis.
Oh, definitely. But look at the contrast coming out of Razzo, just challenging, knowing exactly the gaps and the spacing and the timing to challenge everything that Four Face Buttons has. The same mix that was working really well against Dragon King is not working here. Overhead, stagger, going to, yeah, you're going to break the wall here. It's going to be enough. Oh, you died.
Wow, you're dead? That is crazy. Absolutely crazy match there from Razzo, taking the first game. Really high damage on that combo.
That was an astronomical amount of damage.
I have to imagine.
Holy counter hit, Batman.
Wow, fantastic. Already getting into the corner here. The flash kick coming in clutch, right to the wall. Wall break.
Ow, it hurts. Everything hurts. And May is dying. PRC comes out with the projectile afterwards, too. Huge counter hit. Oh, you are all the way dead.
Yeah, beyond dead there. And that's just really smart heads-up play, just noticing, hey, no burst, time to end it. Wrap it up before it gets a chance to bring back the burst. And that was one of the most fastest games I've seen, I think, of Strive in a long time. That was absolutely crazy by Razzo.
That was very, very fast. I mean, there have been times that I have timed these rounds, but I don't even think I have time to start the timer because what's happening on screen is so volatile.
Yeah, especially when it comes to characters like Leo and May. Both are very momentum. Both are very, very explosive characters. So we'll have to see what manages to take. Oh, see, things are slowing down here, though, in the game, too. It looks like a bit more adaptations. But Razzo gets the super here. Is that close enough? It is close enough for the wall. Wow,
Yeah.
that was from mid-screen, it felt like.
It was. Leo's range is particularly long. Those swords are deceptive. He'll just hit you for everything, and that was everything.
Wow, another really fast round by Razzo. They sort of felt each other out for the first maybe 10 seconds of that round, but once Razzo found an opening, it was over. She just took it right to the end.
Fourth face Button's getting a good counter hit for the start, but Razzo is punishing just beautifully right now. The turbulence comes out into the back turn stands. YRC was challenged. Razzo is out of their mind right now.
Yeah, that was a solid read by Razzo. There's a burst on deck. I wouldn't be surprised if Razzo also manages to bait this too on the next opening. Almost guaranteed. I put almost any money on it. Here we go. Oh, gets a throw though. Four faces chance to make an offense happen right to the wall.
Oh, I don't. Okay, yeah, never mind. I was like, I kind of disagree with that from Razzo, but I didn't see that they still had 50% tension to PRC their way out of it and make it safe. And so it is safe. The 2D coming out from Leo from downtown. The burst barely hit, though.
And that is a gold burst, though. That's 100 meter on deck. You can make a lot of things happen with May in 100 meter. Here we go. Right to the corner. Is this enough? This is probably just straight up enough to kill. Big hit. That's it.
Good for four face Buttons. I was concerned that when they did that RC, that they weren't in range to get the follow-up, but they were. Good for them. Great awareness. But Razzo challenging. Oh, but Four Face wins the exchange.
Yeah, it looks like some really solid offense here by Four Face so far. Coming to life in that second game and now sort of matching Razzo in the third. This is already doing quite well. Should go right to the corner here. Is that enough to break it too? It is. Big hit. This should be a lot of meter going into Four Face, but it is not a hard knockdown. BRC.
Okay, Tozugeki comes out. Razzo still has burst. May use it if they can. Ooh, no. So Four Face was trying to bait the burst right there. That's why they didn't do anything. And they were just at the range where the burst wouldn't have hit them. And there's a gold burst on the side of Razzo. And Razzo with gold burst is absolutely terrifying. 2D into the RC. A lot of FDing coming out on Four Face's side. And they don't have enough for any tension. Overhead does not connect.
Oh, you see how many mix-ups are going through here? Everyone's a stray hit, but it keeps working. Oh, no!
Oh, that was a really good bait on Four Face's part.
What patience.
Yeah, if that flash kick had hit, it would have been GG's for Four Face, but great adjustments.
Well, I think what's really, really crucial here is that Four Face was playing so aggressively and then immediately respected the DP in the last clutch moment there by playing passively and switching up their style entirely. Really
Another
fantastic.
gold burst.
Wow. He gets to go right to the corner as well. And not having it this time. Spends the burst earlier and doesn't get the wall break.
I like the reactive burst for that, just keep yourself safe. Unfortunately, I mean, this is a burst safe combo right there. Hi, caramba, that killed.
Yeah, that just did the heavy anchor does a billion damage sometimes.
Approximately a billion.
Yeah, exactly. And we're actually seeing Razzo trailing here for the first time, and we'll have to see if Razzo manages to take it back, because Four Face is playing out of their mind as well.
I like the bait on that grab. So you saw that Razzo feinted forwards and then went backwards immediately, and Four Face went in for that grab and was able to get the area transition because of that. So Razzo now in an advantageous position. There's a huge flash kick, and there's plenty of tension if they want to follow it up. Charge Dust does not connect. Counter hit comes in. RC into the turbulence combo. PRC to close the distance. Razzo brings it 1-1-1-1.
Yeah, really fantastic optimized combo there to really tie it up. And Four Face does have burst, but Razzo will be getting theirs back in just a moment here as well. He has projectile. Oh, I thought it was another gold burst. I was about to lose my mind at the success rate.
Four Face is getting gold bursts like it's candy right now. But Razzo Lots of pressure here. Good blocking until there wasn't good blocking from four-face buttons. I'm sorry, baby, I cursed you. We're going to get the area shift here as well. And then just back to neutral.
Yeah, really solid stuff here by Razzo. Razzo playing a little safe here because it knows how explosive May's damage is. But May is going to be getting it right to the corner here as well. Oh, no!
Oh, the spacing was incorrect. That's unfortunate. Razzo just jumps out of the corner, was like, see ya. And then the PRC after the projectile to just close the distance, pressure a little bit more, going to do it another time. Went in for the throw, anticipated by four-face buttons. Really nice tech out of that. 6P tried to get the aerial. Razzo hanging on to that burst for dear life. Oh my god, the PRC didn't connect, but it doesn't matter. The low four-face buttons is going to send Razzo to the lower bracket.
Wow, that was absolutely crazy. Now, when we watched Four-Face earlier, I knew that they were already doing quite well given how well they were handling Nagoriyuki, but to send Razzo to losers in only the semis, really fantastic play by Four-Face. I'm really excited to see how they continue in this bracket.
That was spectacular gameplay. I think what they were doing, the adjustments that they were making were so clean. And then, I mean, there were some scrambly bits. The thing that impressed me the most, and the blocking. The blocking out of four-face buttons, and not just, yes, they were FDing really well. There were a couple of IBs in there, but their up, down, block low, react high was so good. Heads up gameplay. I know you're using that terminology, and I'm going to pocket it for right now, Roy, but that is exactly what's going on right now.
No, and I think like the crucial switch ups at certain moments, like we had characterized Four-Face as being a really aggressive player, and that was shown very easily. Every round start was very explosive, constant Totsugekis, but when it came down to the clutch moments where you had to be careful because the next hit would win, the sudden shift to a defensive play instead was huge for them, and that really won them the set. But we're going into the next match in just a moment here, which is, of course, going to be Umisho versus Column. And this is a match we've seen a couple times at Fight Nights.
We have.
And it's going to be a really exciting one because I love seeing the Happy Chaos Soul matchup.
I do too. So as a matter of fact, I want to go back and look because I know that we've seen them fight each other out. So the last time that I saw them, which was on the 23rd of May, they were in the lower bracket finals together. Umi was 3-2 over Column in this exact matchup. So let's see how it plays out now.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this sort of turns out, especially, again, this is best of 3 for the first part, right? So this could shift things up a little bit as well, especially for really explosive characters like Soul. It's really dangerous right to the corner. That should be barely living a sliver. I can barely even see that. Oh, just walks up and does it. Perfect. Fantastic play there by Umi.
Umi is scary when she gets going. And honestly, who knows Happy Chaos better than Umisho?
Yeah, that's one of the things we were talking about earlier when we saw this matchup previously, is that Column has a lot to climb up here when you're facing one of the experts on your character. It means a lot of the tricky plays and knowledge checks that Happy Chaos has, you're facing someone who is using them as well, so.
Oh my goodness! You were talking about fast matches. Did that even last 15 real seconds?
That was unreal. Fantastic play by Umisho.
I'm about to time this one. That was outrageous.
Yeah, I felt like everything was getting called out by Column. Unfortunately, here we go again. Heavy punch connecting right to the corner. Catches the backdash as well with the standing medium punch. Sorry, slash. And great down to the good straight transition as well. Wow. Oh
my goodness. Okay, this is lasting maybe 2 seconds longer. Yeah, the burst comes out. That's why there was that bit of hesitation there, because the game was processing the burst happening. Okay, we do have super focus here. YRC resets it.
Yeah, this will be right back. Nice backdash on the 5K.
Oh, excellent challenge there from Umisho, though. We do get a reload.
Here we go, Column's combos, right to the corner, should take it nice and cleanly, right into a Deus Ex if I had any guess. There it is.
50% might as well get that full. I mean, if you can land with full bullets, why wouldn't you?
Exactly, especially on a hard knockdown. That's exactly what Happy Chaos wants. Try to go for a 2K there. Wow, that was so ambiguous. I had no idea that was coming out.
I loved it, though.
Yeah, really fantastic stuff taking the round. That one lasted a little longer because Column managed to get the burst and managed to get some footing. But it seems like things are going a little better for Column now here.
Yes, I like the adjustments that they're making. These are excellent combos. It's going to take you coast to coast, and then you're going to do Deus Ex Machina because you have the meter. Why wouldn't you, like I said? And land and get the concentration gain as well. Umisho has a little bit higher road to climb, but the thing about Soul is that you can do... Oh, never mind, you're dead. See ya.
Yeah, just fantastic damage there. Just close it out. It's like, hey, no burst, no problem. Just wraps it up nice and simple.
So that was a 30-second round, just so you know.
Thank you. But this time, it looks like Umi's going to be taking the speed running this time and immediately puts Column right into the corner. Gets the wall break. Wow, and already like 60% of the health already gone.
It took 8 seconds for that to happen.
And this is absolutely crazy. But Column's entering back just as quick. But Umi does burst to make sure that Column doesn't get the positive bonus from the stage transition there.
I love the little stagger that they put in there. Ooh, using the clone setup. That's nice. Column doesn't often use that. But Umisho is undeterred, but Column is undeterred in response, which is equally as terrifying.
Yeah, this is doing incredibly well so far. This is exactly where you don't want to be. Yep, he has to cross under. That is so hard to watch sometimes, especially online. It's such a hard mix-up to sort of react to. It's just fantastic. Really great stuff by Column, tying up our games here 1-1.
And yet they've been so fast. I think it's been a total of about 3 minutes between the two games. Ooh, that kick whiff. The spacing was just slightly off. Umisho, though, once again, undeterred. And then sending, like, just backdashing so that Column puts some buttons out so that they're punishable, spending a lot of meter on FD as Column, though. But now it's their turn in the mid-screen. YRC comes out, though.
Yeah, and things are doing really solid here. Again, Umi's pushing Column right into the corner here. This should be really solid. A burst comes out. Column really wants to play for this round. Super concentration. This could be very dangerous. This is exactly where we want to be. There's the cross under again. Look at this custom combo. Gets the reload and the clone. No health, though. That was the last clone they had there, which is actually technically a smart use for. You're going to die in one hit anyways. You might as well spend the 5 health you have to get a wall out there.
What I loved about, though, is that Umisho was so aware of that situation, 5P'd the clone, and then went in for the grab onto Column. It was really good awareness of exactly what they needed to do to get that kill.
And that's where that knowledge check comes in earlier. We mentioned is that just having knowledge on a character as tricky as Happy Chaos is so crucial. And then you're going to see it right here as all this damage goes in really unmitigated. And here we go, Column 1 touch left before getting sent to losers.
All right, and pushing into the corner.
Oh,
RC
my
2K2D
goodness.
overhead.
How do you even block that? No, that was crazy. That is like still in mid-air flying, hit you with the low. Fantastic stuff by Umisho right there.
Excellent gameplay. I mean, honestly, though, Column did great as well. It's just that Umisho can adapt so quickly because she plays Happy Chaos. She understands inherently what the character can do and how to counter it. And obviously that was all on display. So really good stuff. I mean, Column, again, not out of it. That was still in the upper part of the bracket and going to continue to see them. So here's the bracket as it stands. I sunk, took out JL. Aw, you had so many people rallying behind you in chat. We're sorry to see you go. You had such a great bike in, and hope to see you back. I sunk, though, going to be moving on as that bedman. Like I said, matchup check, but we'll be facing Razzo in the lower half of the bracket.
Yeah, these matches are going to look absolutely amazing. I'm super, super excited to see them. But we are going to be quickly going to a break in just a moment. But before we do, if you guys want to come and join these fight nights and have your chance to play against some of the most incredible players we have here in North America, or just about anywhere, we have a bunch of different regions, go ahead and check out compete.playstation.com so you can sign up and join fight nights or tournaments for all sorts of different games. Lots of great places to sort of join and have fun playing against other players.
That is going to be it for a little bit for us right now. We're going to go to a brief break so we can all catch our breath. Come back for more of the Guilty Gear Fight Nights right after this.
It's not a big deal We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah, and I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your time. I'm for Bark and bark, it's a vacant dirt. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and bark, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. I'm sorry about that. You thought this through. I don't have to think about it. Out there those who believe. What about you? When I'm older, do I do anything? I want to keep it that way. Now it's your turn. Could got your time. I'm for bark and a bark is the vacant dirt. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and a bark, keep going, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. Something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming. where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the MCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he get? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Bang! Let's go!
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio!
let's create moments from the games you love.
He'll take it!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PlayStation Fight Nights for Guilty Gear Strive North America. I am the Skilled Roy, joined here today by Jadelyn. How are you doing today, Jadelyn?
I am doing spectacularly, and if you were getting excited about that entire YouTube video, there is a YouTube there. You can check it out, youtube.com/@PlayStationEsports. All of those videos that you just saw in that compilation were clips from videos that are already on that YouTube. It just makes me really happy. I know, like, I'm in that video. It makes me really happy because it's from EVO 2022. It gets me hype every time and gets exciting for the content that we're putting out there. There's a lot of shorts that are going out with the GG Guides series. There's also recaps from every month that are being put out in case you missed something, as well as these lives are being put on there as well. And you can just catch all of the content there at youtube.com/@PlayStation Esports.
Yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic YouTube resource. Honestly, the GG Guides in particular have been great for me, trying to pick up some of the games that aren't fighting games even, just trying to learn, do my best. But for tonight, though, we are going to be doing Guilty Gear Strive, and I am really excited for our next matches. It should be really, really exciting.
It should be. So let's check out the bracket as it stands, because we have been running some things off stream, and there we are. There's our updated lower bracket. So Column was 2-1 over Capuan, and I sunk Razzo Battleship. Razzo is out of here with, so I sunk with the Bedman is going to be moving on to face Column, and I'm ridiculously excited about that.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't catch the initial player card and information, iSunk is a 16-year-old who plays Bedman and is absolutely incredible from what we've seen so far. And taking out Razzo this early is, wow, that is unbelievable.
It really is, because there were some cool things that iSunk was doing, but honestly, they were getting called out pretty respectfully, I would say, in the first time that we saw them on stream against Column. So now for them to be facing off together again? Did iSunk lose or learn something from fighting Razzo? Have they made adjustments? And the thing is, that lower bracket semi is still going to be 2 out of 3, where the rest of our remaining matches are going to be 3 out of 5. So the upper bracket winners and then lower bracket final and upper bracket grand final will be 3 out of 5. Everything else in this has been 2 out of 3.
Yeah, and we were touching on it a little bit earlier as well. Some of the matches have definitely, like the 2-3 versus best 3 out of 5 has definitely mattered in the past. But right now we're going to have Umisho versus 4Face Buttons. These two had some really incredible matches already leading up to this, and I'm really excited to see how this one turns out here.
I am too, because 4Face did a really great job putting Razzo into the lower half of the bracket early, and holy moly, are they not holding back. I like this.
Yeah, really great stuff. I love that patience there, waiting for any wake-up option just in case, and then taking the backdash as a safe option. But it looks really solid so far. But both bursts are still on deck. A lot of momentum can shift very quickly in this game with both bursts being in there. Let's see how it shapes up here. Gets the throw.
I love the throw into the RC. It's been working out really nicely for 4Face, and a challenge just straight into there. Oh, wow, that was interesting. So the Totsugeki went underneath Umi, and then the burst knocked 4Face into the corner.
Yes, exactly where you do not want to be in this situation. You're so scared. In this next hit will probably take the wall break. Blue RC to chase down that backdash. Takes out the burst, though. Really smart play. Next touch could be fatal.
That was so risky from 4Face. Okay, they just keep throwing it out. You know what? Maybe it's a little less risky than I thought. Well, you're dead now.
Yeah, really solid stuff there. Umi taking the punish and taking out 4Face, taking the first round here. But really competitive first round there for sure.
Nice start here. Okay, we got the counter hit. Going back to the other side. Ooh, there was one little hit of wall, and then the stagger comes out. Gonna have to keep working on that wall build-up if you want this to break. Yep, there it is. Excellently done. going to get the wall break. Now Umisho sending into the next area. PRC does connect, but I like the use of the air dash coming out of Umisho, the vertical one, to stop the pressure.
Yeah, this is really solid work here so far by Umi. Nice, just runs up and throws out the wild throw. Even with burst on deck, you have to be so scared. Next hit is fatal. Soul has...
Oh, there was an RC at the bottom. That's why everything slowed down. Umisho RC'd, but it was just barely visible. Oh, and then just counter hit. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if Umisho was trying to scout out maybe a possible option to get up into the air and punish with that RC. And since it was like not even visible, it would be really hard to sort of realize it's actually happening. But unfortunately, nothing came of it.
It was a great idea. I liked it. It's not something that you see terribly often, but visually it was really confusing, so I wanted to make sure that was explained. Oh, baits a burst. Four-face. Baby, what is you doing?
Yeah, Four-face has been getting rewarded a lot with those gold bursts in previous matches, so probably went for it again. And this time, though, he's getting punished pretty hard in the corner with no burst. You're very scared, but manages to sneak out using May's aerial moves there.
RC challenges as well. Big counter hit out of Umisho, though. And now I keep trying to say Umi Soul, and I'm trying to erase it from my head. But man, it is like that. This is it. Umi Soul. Big burst, very aggressive. Oh, Four-face does manage to Totsugeki out of the corner and puts Umisho in her place. Okay. Challenging again, just these light buttons out of Umisho, turning very nicely. Gonna throw into the RC, gonna be able to end the combo. No, not quite. Double Totsugeki, and then another throw
Nice
will
throw.
do it.
Nice, nice, nice. I was kind of surprised that actually didn't kill. Soul has a lot more health than I think he does sometimes, and manages to stay alive for just one more touch. But Four-face is doing incredibly well here, taking the lead in this round, in this game.
All right, nice counter hits. Four-face does have their burst back. I'm curious to see how long they hold on to it, even if they decide to use it this round. They got punished pretty heavily for using it, you know, trying to get that gold burst.
Yeah, exactly. And this time, a huge combo coming in with no burst, surprisingly. I think even Umi was surprised and even held down back for a second there, just in case they go for the burst. But Four-face is deciding to elect to save it for the next round. Ooh, good trade there, too, getting a lot of damage pushed into the corner. Oh, catches it. Nice.
There's the burst. Okay. So now Four-face does not have the burst, and I bet they wish they did. Once again, slightly out of the spacing for Umisho there. That's the second time that kick has not connected. Not in this particular game, but in general. Wild throw does a ton of damage back into the corner. Overhead is FD'd, though, from Four-face.
Yeah, really great stuff there. Oh, this could be big. You can push back into the corner here. Next touch could be fatal for both of these players. Oh, but no conversion, no meter. It's really difficult to convert off a straight air hit like that.
It is. Okay, really either one of them are in one hit range. Throw doesn't do as much of the wild throw, but was kind of anticipated. We do get a counter there, though. Umisho is up 2. As a reminder, this one is 3 out of 5, though, so there's potentially at least one more game to go.
Yeah, and honestly, Four-face has demonstrated really great adaptation, really great sort of awareness when it comes to these matchups so far. So I wouldn't put it past them to sort of adapt and maybe bring this back. Looks like we're getting off to another mostly chill here. Nice, gets an immediate throw, gets some damage, starts pushing Umi right. Oh, big counter hit. Nice, gets the burst. That could have been huge damage, and the burst comes back as well.
Big counter hit coming out of Umisho, though. They started this much more respectfully, and then the disrespect just started immediately right afterwards. That's a big combo coming out of 2 big combos really coming out of Umisho. Just so much meter that they're gaining. And look at this, the way that they're playing in neutral is really specific. They're scooting. Umisho is trying to do short dashes back and forth to bait things coming out of Four-face, you know, get those tensions, you know, bait an RC, something like that. It's good movement and awareness, but Four-face is doing it right back to Umisho.
Yeah, this is doing really solid work. Ooh, big fast near. Here we go. Right into the wall. Should be a nice, solid wall bounce. Nice, gets the Tyrant Wave here as well.
Ow!
Oh my
Good
god, almost
Lord,
killed!
You live. There is a burst on deck that was blocked. We do have a throw. These have been paying off dividends for Four-face buttons. Double low. Nope. And that, my friend, is the end of that. Umisho 3-0 will be moving on to our grand finals, and will await one of many really terrifying competitors.
Yeah, the match quality here has been absolutely ridiculous. And even though that was a 3-0, Four-face was doing some incredible stuff across those games, and I wouldn't be surprised if Four-face managed to carry it all the way back through losers.
You know what we say for those things? It was 3-0, but it was close.
3-0 is close though, trust me. But actually, this time it was actually quite close.
But actually, no, it was though. And that's, for all of the colloquialisms of that saying and how we use that, it was really excellent gameplay, fantastic adjustments from four-face buttons. Umisho just managed to prevail in nearly every single situation.
Yeah, now Umisho is going to be waiting for their opponent up in the grand finals, so that's what you know you'll be waiting for. But the lower bracket is filled with absolute killers. This is going to be an absolutely crazy sort of lower bracket to run through here.
It's going to be insane, especially with a Bedman in the mix, because this is a character. So Bedman came out in April, and just a lot of people were really excited. Bedman is a niche character, but had a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot of, but had a lot of people excited, but not a huge pool of people to play Bedman. Bedman hits like a truck, or a large bed, if you will. Has some really specific setups. Doesn't have a ton of special moves or any special inputs that you need to do because of their automatic special moves that happen after other special moves. It's just that you have to be able to manipulate those and understand the situations that you're in order to capitalize off of those effectively. So you have that on one hand. So there's a lot of different, it's a knowledge check. Did you figure this thing out? And then you're playing into Happy Chaos.
Yeah, I think especially when we're talking about knowledge check characters, the Happy Chaos and Bedman are both like two extremely powerful characters if you do not know what you're doing against them, because they just prey upon uncertainty, and if you give them room to work, they will run you over. They are just so dominant when they have the right of way, so to speak. So we'll have to see how our players manage to handle it. To their credit, Four-Face, when they do fight them eventually, is going to be doing really well on a character like Mei. But for now, here we go. Let's see who manages to make it out of these two characters, the Bedman or Happy Chaos.
As a reminder, this one is best of 3. So first of 2, you have a tiny bit of time to get to do this. There is a significant difference in set play options in a best of 3 versus a best of 5. So you just have to play quickly and on your toes and just slam it out. So the thing is, before this, Column took it 2-0 over I Sunk, our 16-year-old Bedman hero. Did they learn anything in the lower half of the bracket?
Yeah, so even though this is a best of 3, you have to wonder, in a second set of best of 3, there's still a lot of adaptations can be made, especially when you lost 2-0. There's got to be a lot of things you could have watched back and looked at, especially on the stream just recently, and you're already seeing it here. Great offense, already starting here by I Sunk, pushing Column right into the corner. This should be a wall break.
Yes, it is, and they made it burst save at the end, so Column couldn't respond. I Sunk has to take advantage of all of these hits. Really nicely done, because if you let Column take an inch, you're done. You are absolutely done.
Absolutely. You're going to see it right here, because Column's combos are usually fantastic and manage to get right to the corner. In this case, though, Column's doing really well dodging all the projectiles. Remember, when Happy Chaos has the gun out, he can't block.
No, he cannot.
Here we go. Big corner damage here. Gets the curse as well as the hard knockdown and the restock on bullets. This is the opposite of where you want to be if I was I Sunk. Let's see what happens here. This is really dangerous for him. Fantastic blocks, but gets opened up eventually.
It's unfortunate. So the curse will go through FD. FD is not going to dispel the curse. So as soon as Column had that, he knew it was his time to shine. The overhead comes out. FYI, that gun in the jump version does not take a bullet. In case you guys did not know.
Yeah, some of the animations have like a bit of a shot animation look to them, but that's with a different gun he has that has apparently unlimited ammo.
Gun.
Yeah.
The second gun.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Second one has a
tree.
tree. Exactly.
Another strong round here from I Sunk, though. If they can finish this out, it'd be great. BRC comes out from Column, though. No, the burst. I like the idea. The timing was not great, but the low comes out. I Sunk, managing to already make some big adjustments in that they have got to be the aggressor, and they put one on the board.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we wanted to see, right? The 2-0 from the first match, not looking too bad now, considering they already took the initiative here. Gets the throw as well. Here, time for a setup. Let's see what we got. Oh, gets bursted out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, the full screen range is not where you want to be. I know that That full screen range does not do as much damage as Happy Chaos 1.0 did, but it still does a lot of damage.
It still does so much. I thought I almost escaped for a second there. I was sliding down and managed to still catch it.
I know, the animation is really deceptive. YRC to reset into neutral. iSunk is trying as best they can to be aggressive, and what I love is that they're not using their burst.
Yeah, really smart, because they want to see if this round is worth playing into, and see if you would use your burst there instead of the YRC, you would be in a much worse state for this round 2. But now iSunk still has it, and which means you have a much bigger fighting chance, especially against Happy Chaos, where a burst is so important. Oh no, and that's what we're just talking about. Unfortunately, gets the burst red, and now right into the corner, Deus Ex, and that's gonna be a hard knockdown for Colin.
Deus Ex Machina does not really have a range requirement, so it doesn't matter how high up you are on that wall. I'm bringing that up just because there was a wall break that was missed because of a hitbox issue. This bad boy hits you everywhere.
It hits everywhere. He even has a special animation for shooting behind him if you somehow ended up behind him while while he's crossed up. So very funny character at times.
Funny is a nice way to put it.
Yeah, you know, very happy character.
He's incredibly happy, chaotic, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. But here we go, one game apiece though, looking pretty solid. Column already taking the initiative here. And again, I think iSunk is being a bit more careful with these bursts. Hopefully, one big danger of Happy Chaos in particular is how burst safe so many of his combos are. There you are, perfect. Hopefully, wasn't caught pressing a button here.
Oh, no. He surely was. He was setting up something. It looked like the projectile, and he may not have recovered from it. Oh.
Damn. Column doing really well here. Just making sure that iSunk doesn't get anything started, because when iSunk takes the initiative, like right now, he does really, really well. Right into the corner, there should be another wall break. And that's exactly where you want to be. Your chance to enter back this round, build a time to get your burst back for the round 3 would be fantastic here.
Ooh, stagger YRC punish. I like the idea of the YRC. It's just it didn't end up working out. The curse is applied too, yes. So the curse is going to persist through the area shift. And yep, there it is. This is just going to give Column all the advantage he needs. Goes for the low. The burst does come back, but this is burst safe. You saw that X pop up right at the end. You're dead. Column gonna take it. Good adjustments in that first game by iSunk, but unfortunately, you sunk. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. We saw some really great stuff when iSunk had the initiative, when he had the offense. It was doing fantastic, almost swallowing Column up entirely in the corners. But as soon as Column got an opening, like off of a 2D or a stray hit that converted, it was kind of over from there, unfortunately. And really solid work, though, overall by iSunk. But I think Column definitely took it and did some really great stuff in that match.
Column is very dominant in their Happy Chaos gameplay, and I am enjoying seeing what they do. You know, it's nothing flashy, but it's very consistent, and consistency is definitely key when it comes to fighting games. If you can be consistent in short, non-flashy combos, you're going to be pretty successful, and it'll carry you fairly far. And you can see Column, you know, not doing anything particularly flashy. There's one really good, like, wall-to-wall full combo that they're doing, which is incredibly difficult because they're doing the double down reloads within those combos. It's a lot of hand manipulation. So that in particular is impressive. But for the most part, they're doing really easy wall setups with a curse, and then they could do Deus Ex Machina and do it again. It's clean and it's concise.
Yeah, I think Column is really being sort of demonstrated here as being a really consistent and solid player across the board. Even when they're getting pressured really well, they find their opening to eke out a 2K or a 2D that winds up winning them back into neutral, and from there snowballing into a full win. So I can't wait to see more from Column, because they're doing really well today as well.
They are, and that means they are going to be moving on into the lower bracket finals, where they are going to be facing Four Faces May. These two have not fought each other. I'm just double checking. No, they have not. I'm curious. I'm really curious how this one is going to play out. If you watched EVO last year, you got to see that with two totally different players. Yeah. Totally different players. And players have a lot to do with how these matches come out.
Yeah, I think especially with characters like Happy Chaos, the player really matters a lot in many aspects. But undeniably, I think for characters who have a more straightforward game plan like May, it takes a unique player to carry that type of character so far, and that to me is also really crucial here as well. When it comes to the matchup of like May versus Happy Chaos, there's the obvious answers that May can close the distance on Happy Chaos very efficiently, very easily. It's going to be more of a question to see if Four-Face can smother out Column's defense before it really gets started into these crazy loops that we're seeing with Deus Ex and so on.
Exactly. That's a really good point to bring up. If there is any gap, Totsugeki's going to be able to close it. But if Happy Chaos, like you said, gets into stance and starts hitting those bullets because of that little stagger that happens during the gunshot, you're not going to be able to press a button. You're not going to be able to get in. So there has to be awareness and... I say awareness, but it's more than just awareness of the character. It's awareness of the system mechanics. And if you're not aware of whether or not your opponent has burst, how much tension does Column have going into every part? Is there positive tension bonus? Are they FDing? Do you have curse on you? You have to keep all of those things in mind, in addition to the fact that you're playing a charge character in May. So you're having to down back constantly.
Yeah, and that's kind of the hardest part, is to make sure you're maintaining both taking ground against Happy Chaos while maintaining your own charge. That's something that's definitely underestimated at some points, and making sure you have to keep that in your mind at all times is something you have to consider for sure.
It is something you have to consider. Something you have to consider right now, this hot very second, because Four-Face Buttons is going up against Column. In our lower bracket finals, we're returning to 3 out of 5, and this could go very quickly or not at all. It's totally a mix-up.
Yeah, these types of matches tend to be very volatile because both characters really thrive on momentum. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here as we get into their first round between these two. Pretty undiscovered sort of matchup here between these two players specifically. So I'm really excited to see how this sort of starts out.
Well, it starts off very quickly. They tried to use the blocking. I love the use of the tack roll to get to the other side, and a burst immediately afterwards. Oh my gosh, really tricky air movement coming out of Four-Face. I really like that. The backdash gets caught from Column, and now stuck in the wall has to FD. Oh boy.
Yeah, really solid stuff here. Super concentration coming out. Nice. Slides right under that curse. And that's exactly what we want to see here. Column might have to look to spending that burst, or it's going to take a lot of damage. Oh no!
No, that's unfortunate. Was using the charge dust to try and get that wall break. It was too long.
Yeah, and that's going to be really punishing here. Gets the full wall slump, gets to make a setup here. Nice blocks, though. Fantastic blocks. Only small straight hits getting in. Totsugeki closing the distance instantly. Huge throw. Burst. No burst. There it is. That's burst save.
Oh.
Wow.
That was really volatile. But like you called out, Roy, Four-Face Buttons is doing exactly what they need to do to get this Happy Chaos out of here.
Yeah, you saw it earlier, right when he Four-Face was cornered right there. Oh, nice. Huge dust. Getting right to the corner. Do you know your dust combos? You do. Huge damage. Column looking a little shaky here. It's really dangerous. No burst. That is going to be it. And a dominant start, winning the first game with Four-Face Buttons.
I love it. I really love it. You know, you can't let Happy Chaos play if you want to have a chance. And Four-Face went, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dolphin Show.
Exactly, and getting cornered and immediately throwing the Totsugeki to close the distance, that was exactly what you needed to do there. And here's where it gets dangerous, though. Is that even if you have Totsugeki with curse on you, it's pretty hard to get out of it. Huge gets the throw anyways, though. Here we go.
That is really big. Uses the stagger there as well. The overhead. That RC, now please do not charge. Thank you very much. You have learned from your mistakes. And going to get the area shift with the positive tension as well.
Yeah, and with burst up, you're looking really happy. Here we go. That's it. Nice and clean. Happy
Chaos is not. It's unhappy chaos.
And it looks like a really solid start here for Four-Face Buttons. Looking pretty dominant now as we get into these matches here. Looking pretty solid.
Yeah, interesting here is that Four-Face is causing Column to throw out buttons that Column has not thrown out before because they're just struggling trying to find stuff. This is the first significant combo that he had. Oh my heavens, what a challenge. And the PRC afterwards to get the side switch, to get the wall as well. BRC does not work out. Baby, you thought you had an idea. Goodness. You had no ideas. Four-Face Buttons is a genius playing chess out here, and I am playing shoots and ladders.
No, that was, I saw that gold burst, and I'm like, what can you do with this? What can you do with this? And then they whip out the reversal, side swap, massive 75% damage combo, and right into a solid win there, taking second game. I really love, even in such a high tension moment like that, where you were scrambling off this huge combo, was even ready. Another gold burst. Four-Face is on fire with these. I feel like they've landed like 4 or 5 this tournament.
They've landed a lot. It is going extremely well. Column is floundering in a way that I have never seen. they just do not know what to do. The YRC, because in the air, got the blowback from it, and then Fourface just does not care. He said, shoot me, I got a dolphin, forget you.
Yeah, they traded there, and that was perfect because it knocks Happy Chaos out of stance, which gives you enough time to ready up your next offense. And that's what we're sort of seeing here. Fourface is just doing a lot of offense onto Column, and while Column takes moments like this is exactly what Column needs to maintain. But it feels like Fourface, as soon as you get the distance, there it is, another dolphin, right into the corner one more time. Should be a wall break. No, just misses.
No, it just missed. It's fine. This move is so good. Oh, yeah, exactly. Throw him. All that Colin was doing was blocking, so he just walked up and took the throw. That was saucy, but I loved it. Throw him again. Then we get the... No, I would throw him again.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, Fourface is noticing that Colin was playing really defensively, which you kind of have to against me in some situations. So after the first two full games of just running it down and doing insanely high aggression, we saw a swap up again, right? Fourface has this ability to like swap their pacing really, really efficiently. We saw it after the sudden block on the flash kick that was completely unscouted, and now we're seeing it again by shifting to a more of a throw-based game plan, especially when he had burst as well. Just really, really, really smart stuff. Really, really great play by Fourface.
You know what was one of the smartest things that Fourface did, and I wanted to highlight it because it wasn't something that we got a chance to call out because the matches were so incredibly high voltage.
Yeah.
That Fourface used Totsugeki as a repositioning tool, not just as a pressure tool, but there was a moment, particularly in that last round, where Fourface was stuck in the corner, wanted to get out, and was like, forget it, Totsugeki, and got out because Column jumped. Now, Totsugeki could have hit, that could have been a pressure tool as well, but using it to be able to manipulate the ground space and get out of there almost as fast as a teleport on another character would, such great awareness of the toolkit that your character has. Let's real quick, because we are running through it, take a look at that bracket, see where we are, and see how everything has been shaping out.
Yeah, this has been an absolutely crazy match. And we're actually seeing the run back now with Fourface Buttons facing Umisho in grand finals. Fourface coming from loser's side, so we'll have to reset the bracket before having a chance to win. But this has been an incredible tournament so far with lots of upsets and lots of crazy matches across the board. I am incredibly excited for this grand final.
I mean, in particular, I want to highlight that Isunk got really far in this with that Bedman. Just excellently done. Capuan, who came in with the Anji, went pretty far as well. It's nice to see that we had a good character diversity. So we had, what did we have? We had Leo, Anji, Mei, Nago, Happy Chaos, Bedman, Baiken, and Soul. That's 8 individual characters. That's great.
Yeah, and some of these aren't even like your tournament standards either, right? Like, of course, you expect to see a Leo, you expect to see a Nago, you expect to see a Soul and Happy Chaos, but a Baiken, a Bedman, an Anji, like, it was some really great stuff. And honestly, the matches were all competitive. If you haven't had a chance to go back and watch the rest of this VOD, please go back and watch the rest of this. This has been a fantastic tournament so far, but we're about to get to the run back, and I'm really, really excited for this match in particular.
I am too. As a reminder, in the winners finals, in case you were looking at the rest of the bracket, Umi took this 3-0 over Fourface. 3-0, but it was close. It was legitimately close.
And we'll have to see if it manages to get a little bit closer this time and see if Fourface manages to reset a bracket.
Oh, this is amazing. So there was a tweet coming out from Fourface that says, hopefully I don't go 0-2. Baby, you did not. You're in grand finals. You are doing the thing.
Yeah, this is what an incredible time here too, having a crazy losers run and now be facing off against Umi and a chance to get back the person who sent you there in the first place. But it looks like Umi's already coding on the offense. We mentioned earlier that Umi only got better in the matches against Fourface as they progressed, but another gold burst.
I mean, cash in now because Fourface Buttons has all the gold and you have a great exchange rate on that whole thing. Burst comes out from Umisho. Umisho's sitting on a ton of meter. Yeah, okay, spends the PRC to get the corner exchange.
Yeah, really great stuff, pushing Fourface right into the corner again. No burst on deck, but huge burst. Gets the side swap right into the corner. Should be another wall break here. Yep, fantastic damage there as well. Gets the positive bonus, which you're going to need because Umisho does have a bit of a meter advantage right now.
This is going to be pretty huge. If they can get one hit in, oh my gosh, the movement. PRC came out, and there we go. Good adjustment out of Fourface Buttons. Takes the first round. which could be huge, but Umisho's adjustments have been just as big. The Totsugeki into the stagger, dashes back out of the grab. This time 2K2D follow-up.
Yeah, and this time getting out to the corner. Oh, nice 6P to answer immediately. Oh, whiffs the throw, unfortunately. And here we go. Nice optimized combo. That's, of course, burst safe because of how far away Mei is. But Umi gets the burst right after. Trying to fight for this right here, as this is going to be their last round in Game 1 if they lose this.
Oh, I liked the idea, Umisho, but it was the wrong idea. Totsugeki, see ya later. Four-face buttons puts one on the board in this grand finals. As a reminder, this is a double elimination bracket. Four-face will have to win 2 sets if they want to take this, and that's a tough road to climb, but if you are these two players, it could be done in a second.
Yeah, well, the match has been incredibly quick, especially across 2 very aggressive characters like Mei and Sol. Another goal. Okay, I don't know how they keep doing this. I feel like that's
They're
like 6 or
freaking
7.
genius.
That's 6 or 7. And it keeps mattering because here you go. Every single time they do it, it's mattered each time because they get so many resources. I feel like they might legitimately be developing their playstyle around it because Four-Face has all these really interesting 100-meter use combos. So I feel like they definitely been planning for these.
Oh, okay, yeah, 5P challenge, just 5P. What a button. Oh, the fact that Four-Face did nothing as Umisho approached the corner just shows how high tension it is. Yeet the soul. This is... What? Four-face buttons, you hope you don't go 0-2? Buddy,
yeah, this
winning.
is pretty incredible, taking a lead already here. Of course, does have to reach the bracket first, but this is looking pretty great already as things get started. But Umisho is fighting back here in Game 2, already putting a lot of damage on the board. Oh, big counter hit, though.
Ooh, that is a huge counter hit. And then the RC afterwards. The air combo, gonna get wall if they... Yep, wall break with the Totsugeki afterwards. That time they didn't fully charge the dust, so there wasn't the opportunity for Sol to fall out of it, which was good. Oh my gosh, the air movement. Holy anime fighter, Batman. You are going everywhere. The backdash does not connect in anticipation of the grab. Totsugeki doesn't go the whole way. Grab in return, though, from Umisho.
Oh, that was a really ambiguous cross up there, too. Umisho just barely cleared and got the cross up there as well. This should be really clean. I imagine Four-Face will probably just hold on to the burst, and that's going to be that. All right, here we go. Final round. Let's see how this manages to take it here.
Oh, Gunflame challenged with the overhead, had to burst immediately, does Umisho. That time the uppercut does hit from Umi. And don't Gunflame again, Umisho. That has been correctly anticipated both times. Backdash, though, with a counter into the Totsugeki, the wall break. We're gonna get the whole ocean over here, and you are going to shift areas.
Yeah, really fantastic stuff there. One hit away, but there's a burst. Perfect stuff there by Four-Face. You love to be in this position right now. Really solid health lead. Lots of pressure here. Nice aerials. Oh, nice.
Four-Face is a genius.
Four-Face is playing out of their mind right now, about to get revenge for the 3-0 that was dealt to them, perhaps aiming for a 3-0 of their own to reset the bracket. And what a story that would be. Absolutely incredible play so far by Four-Face buttons.
What I'd love to see as an adjustment from Umisho, in contrast, is challenge the airspace. Because Four-Face is getting in from the air almost exclusively. There it is again. Air, yep, you've got to start challenging the airspace, because if you can take away that avenue of approach, you're going to be in a much better position. Okay, I like that from Umisho. There was a little bit taking to the skies, trying to get Four-Face back onto the ground, and look how well it's working. That Gunflame does connect.
Yeah, it was really smart by Umisho to get out of the corner by using the Air Bandit Revolver. Nice, there you go, challenging the airspace, just like you said. Getting the air throw should be right into the corner, and this should be really smooth. That's going to be it, taking it. Really fantastic adjustment already right there.
It's always really fun as a commentator when you're like, please do this thing, and then the person goes, okay,
Yeah.
and then they do the thing,
Yeah,
and then they
fantastic.
start winning. You're like, yes, that was a good idea. And see how much more Four-Face is struggling, because they've lost an avenue of approach. Like I said, burst safe combo, gonna go to the next area. And what can Four-Face do? I swear, if they get another gold burst, I'm just gonna lose my
mind.
entire mind.
I feel like at this point it's like a psychic ability at this point. I keep being shocked every time it happens, but they keep landing it. Here we go. Should be a really solid. Oh, doesn't get a pick up there, unfortunately.
I like that little backdash that Four-Face did, so they are trying to bait something out. The RC comes out. Good use of that. Getting Umisho into the corner. BRC. Oh, the ball was still in play.
Yeah,
So they got hit.
Yeah, stuffs it entirely. Nice backdash. I think B actually beat out the throw there. Both of them still low on health. Both bursts on deck, though. Have to wonder what's going to happen here. Nice blocks. Fantastic staying on top of it. No.
What I really liked in that exchange, like starting with the counter hit from Umisho, is that Fourface held the burst. Because I tell you what, I was mentally playing the game, I surely burst, and then I died way before they did, which is why Fourface Buttons is in Grand Finals, and I am over here talking about Fourface in Grand Finals. And there's another gold burst!
Actually a wizard with how many gold bursts. It feels like Fourface is cheating with how much more meter they constantly have than their opponents, and it's working out for them so well with the game to do all these crazy metered mix-ups as well as metered damage. In this situation here, really solid. There is a burst on deck for Soul, but these combos are pretty burst safe from how far out they are. Oh my goodness!
What a bait! What a bait! That was so good.
How are you alive? Oh my god, no! This could be huge for Umisho to get it.
Umisho doesn't have meter, and then missed that kick again. That is the third time that she's missed that kick.
Oh my goodness, fantastic backdash, reading that throw to close it out, and manages to take it. Wow.
I cannot with Fourface's gold bursts.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal, their success rate. And Umisho is taking the advantage here, though, with no burst on deck for Fourface, getting the stage transition here. And that's going to be a solid lead here. Positive bonus. Watch out, though.
The burst is there.
Gold burst is there. It's going to come.
I know it is. No, not if you get counter hit like that. Okay, the burst does come out. You have to be really, really careful using this corner. Yeah, wild throw. Good challenge.
Throw. And Umisho has these really disgusting mix-ups in the corner with the Air Bandit Revolver RC that lets you do a low, overhead, or a command grab almost instantaneously.
Oh, it wasn't a gold burst! No!
I was almost expecting it to be one, too.
I know, me too.
Oh, gets the throw this time, though. And here we go. Bit of a mix-up. Great stuff.
I like the use of that jump button. That was... I don't think that was on purpose. I think either that was a prediction gone wrong or it was a missed input, because that just seemed bonkers.
Yeah, May has some of these really... Oh, wow. Fantastic backdash again.
Yo, reset!
Wow.
Fourface said, I'm gonna reset this bracket.
Yeah, I think you're doing a little bit better than 0-2 at this point, I think. Just a little bit better, I think.
It's so good. I am grinning ear to ear because I am so excited about this. And it's just always really fun to see somebody who is new to me, obviously has gone to, other tournaments and been competing in those. Look, you can see my face now. I'm just so happy. This is great. But when they're new and then they show up and show out against a world champion with the titles to show, and you're doing the thing?
Yeah, no, Fourface is playing out of their mind right now, especially coming back from an 0-3 loss to Umisho originally. The mental fortitude, another gold burst. At this point, it almost feels silly to call them out because it just keeps landing them.
Can we, we're just going to have to do, the gold burst highlight reel.
Yeah, there'll be a little counter, and a little thing of ding, ding, ding every single time Fourface managed to land them. But the damage, here's the downside, though, right? To using those bursts offensively, you lack a defensive option, and you are going to explode against Soul.
And explode they did. Now we're into the next round.
Yeah, really great stuff there. Oh, 6P beats out the Dolphin that time. And he puts him right back into the corner. Fourface. Ooh, big sweep by Umisho.
Indeed. Okay, and I do like the ambiguous grab. There were so many FDs coming out of Fourface that grab worked really well. Tyrant Rave? No, this is the other one.
Yeah, that's it. Really solid work there by Umi. Closing out. Dominant game 1 performance after getting reset. Probably just had to readjust, be like, okay, they reset the bracket on me, it's all good, we're just playing a normal best first to 5 now, so first 3 now, so this should be totally fine. And we're seeing Umisho doing really great work already in that first game.
That's
sure,
another gold burst.
It's kind of bizarre. I've seen more gold bursts landed by Fourface in this set than I've seen in some tournaments entirely, and that's kind of impressive. But here we go again, though. You're seeing the punishment to this, right? Which is yes, you get the double meter, yes, you have really strong offense now, but the downside is that you are taking a lot of damage, and every single hit is going to hurt that much more. So little health. Yep.
Oh,
called out.
Really called out. Umisho is playing like a monster.
Yeah, it feels like Umisho really just took a deep breath, understood what was happening to them across the matches, and was like, all right, cool, I understand what I need to do now, and then really brought it back in the first game and almost already the second game. But Fourface takes the offense here, and we're looking at a solid start here. Nice.
Ooh, what a nice counter hit. Excellently done. Okay, and then more all the way into the corner. Oh my goodness, the gun, that did not work out with that uppercut. Okay, Four-Face Buttons is still in this.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if that's a setup by Four-Face, because Four-Face often uses that in the corner there, and I think they're expecting it actually to clash with the DP there, so that's actually really, really smart.
Mm-hmm. It is excellently done. Okay, whoa, my goodness. Okay, that almost went corner to corner, but now Umisho is answering back. Didn't follow up with a kick that time. That's good because that has been dropping. Oh my gosh, the blocking and then the stagger. And then you're going to get this grab afterwards. Totsugeki just to close the space. Once again, using it as a transportation tool. You're riding the Dolphin Express from one corner to the other.
Yeah, really great stuff. You're still holding on to that burst. Really great stuff. You're going to need it right there. Perfect. And here we go. Both players, no burst online. It can be really dangerous for either of them. Just about 50 meter for May. May needs to build it, and that's going to be that right there. Yeah. Fantastic damage there as well. Umisho closing that one out as well. Not as dominant as the first game, so already we're seeing some small adjustments by Four-Face, but we'll have to see if they can stop themselves from getting 3-0 again.
Definitely. So we're getting into this potential last game, but all right, where's the gold burst? Where's my gold burst?
Yeah,
Four-Face, where is it?
It's gonna happen at any moment here now. It's been absolutely crazy how well they've been doing. Although I have to wonder if they're gonna start being a bit more defensive with their burst now, because they are getting blown up really quickly by some of these turns.
Yes, they are.
Here we go.
And look at them holding onto the burst. Umisho's soul is already into guts range. Yeah, went for that was like a grab, I see what you're doing sort of situation. It was more of a response.
Yeah, exactly. Nice stuff. They're sticking to the air again. Like you said, cornering off the air has been really, really effective by Umisho to keep Four-Face pinned down to the ground. Because May does have deceptively really good air mobility because of how their air normals work, but still holding on to that burst. Really patient.
Umisho is displaying just game awareness and solid match awareness. Just nicely done, though. The Totsugeki is going to take that. I would really like to see some of that aggressiveness from Four-Face Buttons and the confidence, and just a little bit more adjustment for their ground game because Umisho took away the air.
Yeah, and they have to respond really quickly with something. But you see the pressure here. It's exactly where you don't want to be. Soul constantly pressing slash on you in the corner. What do? Great jump. Here's your chance. Great stuff. Gets the side swap.
Ooh, a nice neutral jump out of Umisho. No buttons pressed whatsoever. Does this connect?
It does indeed. Pushes right back into the corner. You're
right,
trapped.
Side switch. But that did 40% of Umisho's life. There's the reversal option. Good BRC. Wild throw is not going to kill, but what's the setup afterwards? Stuck into the corner, just 5P. Just punch the dude.
Just punch him out, and that's Four-Face stopping this the reverse sweep here almost, and it's going to be a 2-1 now.
Thanks to one of our fantastic producers and people behind the stream who let us know that Four-Face did get top 96 at EVO Japan, losing to Dogura, of all people.
Yeah, so it definitely has the pedigree.
Is pretty ridiculous.
Oh.
So thank you for that information.
Fantastic stuff there by Umisho, managing to burst bait and managing to take out Four-Face's burst as well. Now going to be no health, full health on Soul. Going to be hell of a mountain, especially with burst online. Yep, that's going to be really clean by Umisho. Here we go. Last round, possibly. We'll have to see what Four-Face can do. Bring us that offense that we've shown previously prior. Here we go.
I love how it was JP into 5P and just pressure. 5P, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's a good pressure tool because it recovers so quickly and has fast startup. The slide coming in, though, from Four-Face. RC is going to be spent. Going to get the wall break. Please don't do anything crazy. Thank you for breaking the wall. I appreciate you.
And Umi does have burst still, so the life bar is a little deceptive here. But we did see that Four-Face has had a lot of really solid burst save combos, so we'll have to see what happens here. Here we go. Here's exactly one of them.
Oh, that was so nice with the upward drift RC. Let's go.
Yeah, that's definitely a choice there to make sure that the burst is too high to be used, and that let May get a lot of damage extra, and at that point, Umi's like, oh, I'll just hold on to the burst for next round. And here we go.
Okay. Ooh, that backdash in the air, and then the falling button to challenge what Umisho had. 2K2D into the upwards. The ball comes out, but it was not spaced correctly, and then Umisho got to slide right in there. Is this going to be enough for the wall break? No, the FD, the wall break should happen here, though. Oh, gosh.
It's dead? It is dead.
Oh, all the way dead. And then Four-Face, with an unbelievable run in this tournament, is going to go down. But Umisho is our grand finals winner here at the PlayStation Tournament's Fight Night Invitational.
Yeah, and what a match it was. We saw the reset there. Four-Face was playing out of their mind coming out of loser's bracket, but Umisho made the adjustments after and immediately came in with almost an entirely different game plan and really just demonstrated how much the tournament experience really came into play there.
I mean, that is the power of Umisho. Let's take a look at the final bracket and see how all of this shook out throughout our entire night. So there you can see lots of 2-0s, but then after that initial upper bracket run, we had some 2-1s, and then actually some 3-0s as we got into the upper bracket final and then the lower bracket final. But with the grand finals reset, Umisho is going to be in first place, Four-Face Buttons in second, and Column with the Happy Chaos in third.
Yeah, and incredible matches across the board. I think in particular, I want to draw attention to a young Bedman player who just came out of nowhere seemingly and did incredibly well against multiple top players. I can't wait to see them sort of hopefully participate in more of these PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights, because I would absolutely love to see them. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think you were going to say the same thing that I was, which is if you want to get involved with these tournaments, go to compete.playstation.com, where you can sign up to fight in any of the amazing fighting games that we have listed on that site. There's also other things that you can get involved in. There's Apex, there's FIFA. There are so many fun things that you can get involved in. And not only can you sign up at compete.playstation.com, you can sign up in-game from your PS4 or PS5 console.
Yeah, it's an incredibly easy to access sort of tournament system, so please go ahead and check that out. But if you want another place to sort of talk about these tournaments, talk about the esports events, and talk about when you're going to be competing next, go ahead and check out the PlayStation Tournaments Discord. You'll find a great place to talk about regular updates on esports events, articles, videos and video games, and just find other people to play with and sort of practice against. So it's a fantastic resource. So if you want to join that, go ahead and scan that QR code right there or join that link you see on screen, and you can join the PlayStation Tournaments Discord.
And really quick, I do want to highlight once again that the Discord is starting to do live events too. We had the Sackboy Speedrunners last Saturday. We had Chai Casey with FIFA right before this broadcast went live. And you just got to keep your eye out, because I'm sure more of those are going to be coming for some different games. It's a lot of fun to get to participate. You interact directly with the Discord, and it's a lot of fun. So just keep your eye out on that.
Yeah, it's going to be really fantastic. And, you know, speaking of other games, there's been one game in particular that came out recently that I know a lot of people are excited for, and that is Street Fighter 6. PlayStation Cup will be coming for this just a little bit shortly, actually. You can register right now on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, as well as a link that will be appearing on screen a little bit later. It's a fantastic time because Street Fighter 6 obviously just came out, and it's an absolutely incredible fighting game. Everyone's talking about it. You can sign up right down there. You can see it there, sign up, get involved, playstation.esl.gaming.com, and you can join and be a part of one of the most hype new fighting games that it's been out recently. Absolutely incredible game.
I mean, I've been playing the heck out of it. I won't lie. It's a lot of fun, and it has an incredible community behind it. And so if you want to get involved, go sign up. It's going to be great. That is going to do it for us here tonight over at PlayStation. I am Jadelyn. You can find me across all social medias at Jadelyn Gaming and at wakeupbuttons.com.
And thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm The Skilled Roy. You can find me at The Skilled Roy on all socials as well. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching, and thank you, everyone, for participating in the tournament today. We will see you all next time. Peace out.
PlayStation.
Keep going, that's the last sound you'll ever hear. Can we start over? Deal. It took me 10 years to find the answer to something I forgot.